Well, welcome in, Pisces. Thank you for joining me. This is Monique's Tarot, and I am Monique. And today I'm just doing a general energy check-in reading, see what's going on for Pisces, see what's up, see what's happening, what's the flavor, what I'm getting or engaging from the collective of Pisces. For this reading, I am going to pick 3 oracle cards here from it's the Queen of the Moon Oracle deck. And I'm also going to use some modern tarots, the modern tarot deck, to get more messages for those oracle cards. So yeah, now this is for Pisces Sun, Moon, Rising. So if this message doesn't resonate, check the other videos for your other placements. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Now I did go ahead and pre-shuffle off camera just to kind of save some time as well. I can take 5 minutes to shuffle cards. It's relaxing to me, okay? Don't judge me. Alright, so I am just going to go ahead and cut this deck here and see what is happening for you all. So at the bottom, you guys have the, if I can get it to zoom, you have the acceptance card, which is card number 4. Accepting something. Acceptance is always good. Let's see what happens from here. You got the balance card, which is card number 19. And that together makes 10, but I also get temperance energy from this. And let's get one more. And then card number 14, which is the focus card. I mean, you're going to be focused, all right? With your nose and your mouth underwater, you really need to focus and be very clear about what you're focusing on. And this is dirty. Anyways, all right. So, put that there. Let's go ahead and get some tarot cards. Again, modern tarot that I'm using. So if you like the decks, pick up a deck and do some readings. Do some readings for yourself. But I also pre-shuffled this off camera, so I'm just going to cut. Alright. So at the bottom, I have the Knight of Wands. Some fast-moving energy here. Let's see. Why do we have the Knight of Wands here? Why can't we have both of these cards in frame? Okay. Oops. There. Let's see. So you got the Fool. Okay. You got the Sun. Wow. My goodness. You got the 8 of Swords. You got the Tower. Wait a minute. We were headed in such a good direction. What in the hell is this? And then we have the 4 of Pentacles. All right, Pisces, what's happening here? I'm like, oh my God, we got the Sun. Oh, and the Tower. Okay. Let me make sure. Hopefully these are all in frame. I'll spend 20 minutes trying to line up everything. So acceptance. Acceptance is the first card, balance and focus. Interesting. So underneath the deck, you have the Knight of Wands, and it feels like you really need to focus on your energy. I think you have been dealing with someone that has been really draining your energy. The energy vampires, the energy leeches. Because the Knight of Wands is very fast-moving energy. that comes in, goes out, don't really come with a glass half full or full at all. They're more of the takers rather than the givers. Interesting. Um, so in the main spread here, you have the Fool, which is all about the start of the hero's journey. So in the tarot deck, the first card in the major arcana is the Fool card. And the Fool is all about taking risk. They're very just free. There's no actual limiting beliefs that they are fallen into. It's more like, when you start college or when you finish college, it's like you don't really know. Some people do. I'm not going to say that. Some people do know the direction they want to kind of move into. But you have that freedom. You have that opportunity to just take a step, take a calculated risk off that ledge. And it feels like you have done that because this is in your past position. And taking that risk had led to you being happy because you felt the sun on your shoulders. You have the sun here, and then you have the sun card here. Also could be dealing with a Leo as well too. But then I think, real world circumstances kind of has changed you. And it's more like you do need to balance. You really do need to balance your energy. So I really feel like for you Pisces that you're stuck in more ways than one, because you have the Eight of Swords and the Four of Pentacles, and these are just both stuck energies, stagnant energies. The Eight of Swords is more like you are caught in your own thinking of you can't have your cake and eat it too. And that's not the case. I'm trying to get a theme, but and this feels more like work related. They're showing me someone in an office, and it feels like it's topsy-turvy. I think when you initially started your career, the process of it was fun and exciting. This is the energy that I was getting. It was all like, oh my God, I'm so excited to be part of the workforce and to, be an adult or adulting and kind of find my way within my career. But then you got the realistic side of it, and now it's causing you to have some doubts, some self-doubts. Like, do I really want to do this? Do I really want to venture into this? And it really shook you to your foundation. That's why the Tower card's here. Tower card's not all bad, okay, people? So I know it looks doom and gloom-ish because it shows, tower on fire, people falling. This one is impaled right here. That's not cute. But really, it's all about just getting that realization. Being able to accept the reality of the situation, because the Fool doesn't have that real life reality. It's like, they're kind of just free form, doing what they want to do when they want to do it. And it was fun and exciting to not really be tethered and tied down to any one thing in particular. And then, life happens and you got to pay the bills, and then it's all like, okay, I see what this really is all about. And that has put you, because this is in the heart of your spread, the Eight of Swords, that has made you kind of cynical. That's made you kind of not trusting in, the universe and yourself. Because you do have this Eight of Swords here with the Four of Pentacles, and it's causing you to think small, think very, like things are not going to get better. But really, you need to accept that, the reality of everything, and I'm sure you have. But be able to go ahead and technically balance the energy. Yeah, I just see they keep showing me office, so I don't know. It definitely is pertaining to work, and it just wasn't what you expected it to be. You thought it was going to be one way, and it turns out to be something else, and it's just not living up to your expectations. So let's see, where do we go from here? I'm going to use the Fenestra deck. So if you guys like the decks that I'm using, pick up a deck. I like this deck. It's one of my favorite decks. Again, I already pre-shuffled off camera, so I'm just going to cut this deck and see where we go from here. This is a complex reading for you guys. So let's see. They want me to pull from the bottom. Oh, the Devil. So, could be a Capricorn. Let's see. Let's clarify the Sun. Yeah, the Page of Swords. And the Eight of Swords. You have the Two of Swords. It's always, no matter what, this is kind of like one of my readings. If the Eight of Swords comes out, the Two of Swords will follow. Those are what, people? Trivia question. These are the only two cards in the tarot deck that have blindfolds. The Eight of Swords, the Two of Swords. Let's see. For the Tower, we got the Emperor. So, yeah. And then for the Four of Pentacles, you have the Eight of Cups. Interesting. This is a very complex reading, Pisces. I'm gonna have to burn something, okay? And then when I say that, I mean like sage and Palo Santo, okay? I'm not saying my house. But for the Fool, you have the Devil to clarify. And the Devil, I don't know, people always have like a negative connotation to this card. Not really. I mean, it can be. It can be obsessive thoughts. It can be addictions. It can be pulls and tethers that you need to go ahead and release. And I just think this is more of a mindset. Like you had an ideal thinking, a way of thinking about things that allowed you to be freer. And it made you feel good with the sun card. And it allowed you to be just a little bit naive with this Page of Swords. Okay. It allowed you to be a little bit naive of thinking that that's kind of how the way the world works. And ultimately it's not. And so you're kind of getting this rude awakening, if you will. Because you got the Eight of Swords, my struggle bus card, with the Two of Swords, my indecisive lady. All right. So the Eight of Swords clarified by the Two of Swords. You're in your own way. I mean, pretty much for both. And you just really don't know what direction and how to feel about it. It's just, you vacillate between like, I thought it was going to be something more than just what it is. But I'm okay with it. No, you're not. You're not okay with this. Yeah, the Tower card clarified with the Emperor. And this feels more like the rude awakening that you got was, it feels like a first job or maybe a second job. Definitely something in the career aspect of it where you were told off by a boss or a coworker or someone within your field. And again, it wasn't just what you thought it was going to be. That's why Spirit wants you to kind of like accept what reality is. Yeah, we work off of the 3D here. And that's not always fun because there's so many different energies that you have to navigate through. But it behooves you, just learned that word, to be more accepting of the reality of things. Because once you do, then you start to kind of get a better understanding of how the world works. I'm not saying like you don't know how the world works, but it definitely feels like you just felt like things were just going to happen like this, because this is what I saw in a movie, this is what I read in a book, this is what I saw on TV, and, you know, it's not at all what I was hoping for. And then the Four of Pentacles clarified by the Eight of Cups. Really, Spirit, Universe, Source, whoever you call to, or whoever you reach out to, they're really advising for you to kind of walk away from that mindset. You're not gaining anything by putting the blinders on, and really you do need to focus on thinking more positively, because it definitely feels like there is this tethering of like, why can't we just be da-da-da? Why do we have to pay bills? Why do we have to da-da-da-da-da-da? It's life. It's, you know, it's one of those things in regards to living in the 3D. And it's only because you guys are very in tuned. You guys are very intuitive, Pisces. Your water sign is very nurturing, caring individuals, and do have some idealism about what things should be, what's right, what isn't. And you feel like this shouldn't really be how things are operated and how we have to live by. But yeah, I totally understand and agree, but it's kind of where we're at and what we're doing. And yeah, this was a really complicated reading, but I am going to close off the reading with an Angel Answer Oracle card, and this is by Radley Valentine. I'm not sure who I'm talking for in Pisces, because I feel like most of my Pisceans collective is, you know, past this point, but there could be some that are just dealing with the reality of how things are just not cracked up as they should be, or you know what I mean. I can't really talk right now, but let's see. Let's get an oracle card. So we got unlikely. Yeah, it's more of acceptance. It's unlikely to change the way you want things to be. It's kind of unlikely that it will change in that direction that you want it to be. Okay, we've got a year from now. I think things, doesn't necessarily have to be a year from now, but I think things will be shifting for you within the year. Anything can happen within a year, but it feels like you're going to be more accepting of the reality of circumstances and be able to, because it feels like you're more drawn to the 5D. That's what it is. I think I'm talking to someone who's in the D knots. D knots is Dark Night of the Soul. Yeah, that's what it is. And the last card you guys got is ask your angels. Definitely, always ask your angels. Okay. Always ask them for guidance. Always reach out to them, because they're listening. Okay. There's no secret handshake. There's nothing performative that you need to do. There's no candles, and you don't need to get a cauldron and put in mugworts. No, you just ask. You ask for help in order to kind of guide you through the dark night of the soul that you are going through, because it does feel like this is the energy that I'm really drawing. I feel like someone or someone's are going through their spiritual journey, and part of that is asking why this, why that. And Pisces are very empathic, very intuitive. A lot of Pisces are healers. Some of them are nurses. And it's just part of your coding of just trying to figure out, why do we have wars, and why do we have illnesses, and why do some people are luckier than others? And it feels like you're kind of going through that struggle right now. So definitely ask your angels for guidance. But Pisces, this is all that I have for you. I hope to see you in the next video, but take care, loves.